Hey everyone, what's going on, huh? Sorry, I apologize about the quality of the video. It's kind of late on Sunday night, into the Monday morning, so I'm doing this podcast, on Sunday. Actually, now it's Monday around 1:30 p.m. I'm sorry, 1:30 a.m. March 4th is what it is. March 4th, yeah. March 4th. The Sunday night of March 3rd, and then early morning. Sorry, I apologize, and I don't want to raise my voice because I don't want to disturb my my neighbors. I was overdoing, by the way, yeah. Yeah, so I did some cooking. I did some late night cooking. Cooked some pasta with lamb, and I just tasted it, and it's really delicious. Well, I was out, Saturday night. Actually, I was out also on Friday night. I think I had to cut down on going out because it becomes like an addiction. So yeah, I think I need to do that, and I just took it easy today. I woke up late, one thing happened was that I said something stupid Saturday morning to my dad in the WhatsApp, the application where you can make calls and all that, chat with people especially if they're not in US or they are in other countries. So I said something really stupid to my father, and I apologized to him. I guess because I went through a lot of tough time in my life. I'm still going through some tough time in my life, but that didn't mean that I should have said that to him. So I apologize to him and mom and my sisters and my brother. Well, I guess the only complaint all you males out there may feel the same, or maybe not. The complaint I have about my father is that he never really calls me and finds out, hey man, what's going on with your life? Is everything okay? Something like that. He doesn't do that. I guess because he grew up in that kind of setup where this thing is not really like something that people do. So I think that's the only complaint I have about my father, relationship with my father. Otherwise, he's a great guy. Everybody has their own, shortcomings and qualities and lack of qualities, including myself. I get angry and just go on not Twitter rants, but just go on rants with my family, which is not good. I mean, I don't usually do that, but that, I don't know, Saturday morning. It was early morning, and then I guess because I was, I don't know, I was just tired, and just, I had been thinking about my life and, where I am, etc., and all that, just the whole thing just blew out of my mind, and I just told him, listen man, you never call me, I need somebody who can just tell me the honest truth. Before that I told him that I had wasted my life. I mean, I haven't wasted my life, that's not true. But I do feel that being in New York, I have lost a lot of years, and I still feel that I need to calm down and do something that's gonna bring calm and tranquility, right, to my life. I guess one complaint is, lack of a steady relationship. I think that's a big one. Yes. So, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I've been also like thinking about like my own life. Like, I guess it's not only me. Many people do suffer, loneliness. And just, being like a machine, you work, and then you come home and you just, do some cooking, and then basically, watch a movie, or, listen to podcasts, and then just go to sleep. And I haven't actually been sleeping well, except when I'm out. Then I come home and I get tired, and then I go to bed and then sleep late, So, I need some sort of tranquility in my mind. Tranquility, I guess everybody does, right? Who doesn't need tranquility in their life? So in any case, I truly deeply apologize to my father, my dad. I told him I'm sorry. I try to call him as well, and I guess because it's too early there. So I'm gonna try to call him again tomorrow, which is actually today. Right? How is everyone doing, huh? Did you guys go out? Oh, by the way, shit, it's snowing. Shit. Did you guys know that it's fucking snowing outside? It's supposed to be like snowing, heavy snow at this time. And I was looking outside the window and it was snowing like an hour ago, right before I started cooking. So I'm not sure if my engineers are going to show up tomorrow, given the inclement weather, right? Inclement weather situation. I don't think you can say inclement weather situation. Just say inclement weather. That's it. So, I really felt bad, and my mom called me. I spoke to her, and she was upset as well. She was worried. And I apologized to her as well. I told her, Mom, I'm fine. Just that, I'm going through some tough time in my life. I am actually going through some tough time. Because I've been thinking a lot about moving to the West Coast, but then I can't because I have a lot. I have clients here, I have business here. So I can't just abandon ship and then just, move to the West Coast. That's not possible. I should have done that a few years ago, maybe 2011, 2012. That was the time when I should have just moved out to the fucking, California, or even Colorado, one of those. I guess because of the quality of life up there is pretty much better than in New York, because New York is just too many people, which I don't have any problem with, but just, I don't know, you get my point, right? There's no tranquility here in New York. I mean, you have to find your tranquility in calmness. And I think most of it actually does come from within, calmness within, right? Don't the philosophers say that? Calmness actually is within, sir. So, and then I've been thinking about, like, why don't I have a girlfriend? I guess, I've dated a lot of beautiful, amazing ladies in the past few years. most likely going on a date with one of the ladies that I dated, probably this week. I don't know. We haven't planned yet, but we were talking on the text. And so apparently it was her birthday recently, and so I told her that let's plan a dinner for next week, which is actually this week now. So we'll see. We'll probably do like a dinner somewhere in Lower East Side, or maybe Soho, one of those. After work, closer to my office. So we'll see how that goes, right? So yeah, New York actually makes you kind of like stressed out. All that, my sister was saying something. I spoke to her, and she's like my sister. She's one of the greatest persons on earth. Like if there was a female Christ that was going to come back to this earth, she's the one. That's it. She's the one. She's the goddess. And I mean, all my sisters are great, and I love them, of course. They are my immediate family. Not immediate, my extended family. And parents, obviously, they are the ones who look after you, think about you, So in any case, I don't want to go on and on about this, and I don't want to turn this podcast into like a self-reflective, speech, or a podcast revolving around my self-reflections. I guess, sometimes I have to do that, which actually is better, because then I can basically not analyze, but just look at my life as to where I am, and where I'm going, and what I need to do, what should I do, and what I should cut down on, etc., things like that. So yeah, I definitely need to cut down on going out. Well, I guess, like it's Friday night, Saturday night. What do? You sit home, watch. I don't watch TV. I have TV, my living room, my bedroom, but watch a movie, chill out. I guess you could do that, but then sometimes you feel like, man, what the fuck? Every Saturday night, and why not just go out and meet people, socialize, etc., etc. So I was out last night, and I was thinking about my ex, who dated for on and off for like 6 months, 8 months, and I had met her at this party, and then we dated. She was kind of crazy, but it was great, and I thought about her. I think she liked me, but somehow I just couldn't be there for her. I think, when she was going through some crazy stuff with her strained ankle. She had strained her ankle, and being in the ballet school. That just, killed your career. So I think that's what happened with her. So she was going through some tough time, and I was just trying to be there for her, but it got to a point where she was just like very, very depressed, and she was drinking wine, the whole bottle of wine during daytime, or at night, or whatever, right? And then I just couldn't do it. So that's why we just, broke up. But I was thinking about her, and it just kind of melted my heart, when I thought about her, because she went to North Carolina, and she is actually a think she's dating some like really old guy, 70 years old, something like that. And I was thinking about her. I'm like, I knew she liked me, but somehow I couldn't pull it together for both of us. I guess at that time I was going through my own, you know, like shitty life at that time. Not shitty life, but I was just going through some tough time in my life, 2012, 2013. So, but in any case, life is always tough. Life is always tough, and what can you do? You have more. You know, you say sorry, apologize to people if you have said something stupid to them, or if you've done something that hurts them. I mean, I don't do that, but I just felt very bad after I said that to my dad in the chat. So I'm gonna talk to him and I'll apologize to him, and I'll just tell him, Dad, listen, that's my complaint. You gotta like call me once in a while and ask me how I'm doing and how my life is going, and etc. etc. I think that's what I'm gonna tell him, and I mean he has no obligation to do that, but I guess I'm his son, so it's, you know, I think it's healthier for both of us to actually, you know, talk once in a while, hold the phone, you know. So yeah, so how's everyone doing? It's already 17 minutes, I'm solid. Goddamn snow. It's close to like 2 a.m., so I don't want to go on and on, so I'm going to do a really short podcast this time. Maybe like half an hour, maybe another 15 minutes. I mean, half an hour in total, or another 15 minutes, right? I got a lot of great topics that are in my cheat sheet on my phone, so maybe you should get into my cheat sheet, right? Maybe. Right? Maybe. Alright, so let's get into our cheat sheet. Okay, so my first topic is Tim Dillon. Okay, so Tim Dillon is a comedian, right? I believe he's from New York, and he's a great comedian. Joe Rogan actually brought him into his podcast. He's a fucking funny guy, very great guy. I mean, great comedian, you know, from New York. So yeah, I was listening to your podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast, you know, and Joe Rogan brings in a lot of great people, and I think one of the other topics I had was he brought in actually Dr. Phil. You know that show, Dr. Phil? I don't like that guy. I'm kind of in the school of thought of Bill Burr. And Dr. Phil, I think I posted something to the YouTube video that Joe Rogan had posted as part of his podcast, and I think I said something like, Dr. Phil has no degree really, he has no license, I mean, that to practice psychology, but he, you know, they were talking about like medicine and all that. So he's just a celebrity, that's what he is, and many people obviously follow him. But I just don't like his method of dealing with people and their problems, you know. He's a very Western reductionist mind person, and Joe Rogan was just like not really asking him like tough questions, you know. So everybody was like, okay, so this is Joe Rogan has become like the Oprah Winfrey for guys. You know how Oprah Winfrey, actually, she brings in all these ladies, celebrities to her Oprah Winfrey show, is that what it is? And then he brought in Alex Jones, and one of the other guys, Eddie Bravo. Alex Jones, he's a very controversial person, and Twitter banned him or something like that. And so they were talking about all kinds of shit, and Alex Jones, he is like the ultimate formula for these, what do you call the group of people who actually believe in aliens, and that the U.S. government actually already has contact with aliens, and they do all kinds of experiments and all that, right? So conspiracy theorist, yeah, he's a big mouth conspiracy theorist. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe aliens are here. When it comes to the physical, like being here, I don't believe in that. No. Like I said in my last podcast, the reason why we have not been contacted by aliens, that we haven't been able to contact any other species in the universe, is because of our distance. We can't even get to the fucking Mars, and we're talking about aliens, meeting aliens. Come on, give me a fucking break. So Joe Rogan brought in Dr. Phil, and then Tim Dillon before him, and all that, right? Joe Rogan is a great guy. He brings in all these guests. His podcast is great. But in any case, so my next topic is Titan. So Titan is, I believe, Jupiter, one of Jupiter's moons. I mean, I think it's 1/4 of the size or 1/10 of the size of the Earth. Sorry, I don't want to give you that wrong information. So Titan. Okay, so Titan. What the hell's going on? Why is Google not working? What the fuck? So let me do this again. Titan. T-I-T-A-N. Titan. Okay, Titan is the largest moon of Saturn. I'm sorry, not Jupiter. And the second largest natural satellite in the solar system. It is the only moon known to have a dense atmosphere, and the only object in space other than Earth where clear evidence of stable bodies of surface liquid have been found. So apparently the scientists and astrophysicists and people who are in search of alien life, including myself, and I'm not looking for alien life, they are actually more interested in Titan than Mars. Although I think Mars also most likely has water somewhere, maybe frozen water or one of those, right? Who knows? So the scientists are actually more interested in Titan. Saturn's largest moon, than Mars. But then have they actually been to Saturn, or have they sent any probes? I don't know. And I'm not sure, so you guys can look it up, but they are more interested because of this dense atmosphere. Although I think it's more like nitrogen and all that bullshit, ammonia and all that, not like clouds containing water or H2O, right? Alright, my next topic, Musks tweets. Elon Musk, I think he shot himself in the foot. What? I think he said something about Tesla, that Tesla is going to produce like how many cars this year, 2019. So apparently, he had some beef with the federal government, I think. That's how they basically brought him down, because of his shareholders and all that, right? SEC, yeah. Security and Exchange Commission. So Security and Exchange Commission, apparently, they asked the court if by tweeting something like that, about Tesla if Elon Musk had breached his terms. So I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk, I guess he can't live without Twitter. I mean, I sometimes tweet, but I don't do that every fucking day. But I guess he does, maybe because he has a lot of followers, and I'm sure he has a lot of followers. I think I'm following him as well. You know, because I'm more interested in his technology and his ability to, you know, to have a company like SpaceX and then Tesla and the Solar City and all that, right? Not what he tweets, because that's not really a concern. Who uses shit? People tweet all kinds of shit, right? Just like our president does. In any case, so my next topic, ladies and gents, and every other gender associate. Oh shit, as I'm looking at the pyramids of Egypt. TV, you know, the screensaver on TV. On the, what do you call it, the Google Chrome, you know, Google Chrome. My next topic, cardinal sex scandal. Okay, so this fucking thing with the Catholic Church. You know, the sex scandals are just like popping up like fucking mushrooms everywhere, and then people are very angry that, you know, the church is really not doing anything to indict these people who have committed these crimes, which are crimes, obviously, you know. If you are having sex with a minor, that's a crime. So that becomes news all the time, as you all know. I'm pretty sure it's not only the Catholic Church. I'm pretty sure there are other religions and other sects and all those which have the same problem. It's just that the Catholic Church is under the gun for all this. So yeah, it's just you know, it's just so fucking horrible when it comes to these poor kids who are you know, harassed and all that, right? My next topic. So I watched I watched again a couple of movies. For example, Super 8. Super 8 is a great movie, and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, you know, the 1977 movie, I guess. J.J. Abrams, I think he produced that. Or is that Spielberg or J.J. Abrams? I think it's J.J. Abrams. And then the other one I watched was I'm Number 4, right? It's kind of a cheesy movie. It's not that great, but still, I think he made some good money. So I watch those because sometimes when I can't go to sleep, I just, you know, watch those movies in my master bedroom, right? Because I have that TV wall mounted, you know. And then I use my headphones, you know, for obviously, you know, sound. If it's too quiet, you can't blast the sound. So, well, this is what happened one time, right? I remember one time, it's like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So what I do is that I have the Google Chrome, right? So what I do is that using Google Chrome here on the computer, I basically just cast my computer's desktop to the TV on the wall, right? Using the Google Chrome, right? Chromecast, you know, that device that this size, which is connected to TV, right? And then it's also connected to the internet. So one night I remember, you know, when you cast Google Chrome, your computer to the TV, right? It gives you two options, I think three options. I don't remember the third option, but the two options are either you can just cast the desktop, right, which basically just cast whatever you have on the desktop, whatever window is open, it just cast on the goddamn screen, right? And then there's another option. It says cast the tape, right? So when you cast the tape, especially when you're running Mac, right? Because on my computers I can either run Mac or Windows because they're partitioned, right? So I usually use Mac when for example, I'm doing my podcast. I use Mac for both. Again, I apologize for the quality of the video. I usually use the iOS, and so one night what happened was that I turned on the movie, right, on Amazon Prime or what the hell it was, right? I don't remember what movie that was, but and then I hit cast on Chrome, right, on my computer, and then I said cast, and then the whole fucking thing blasted with sound. I realized that I had actually casted the tape instead of the desktop. When you cast the tape, right, then it also casts the sound. So the whole thing fucking blasted. This like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm like, holy shit. And I'm scrambling to find the fucking remote for the TV. I finally found it, and I had to turn it on. I'm like, holy shit, Holy shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So now what I do is that every time I want to watch a movie, I want to make sure that it's actually, first of all, the TV's volume is 0 at 0, the bar is towards the left. And then I'm casting the desktop, not the fucking tape, right? So yeah, that's what happened, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But nobody complained because it was like for a short while they understood probably that this guy is just fucking watching a movie and he made a mistake. So yeah, that's what happened. In any case, so I watched those two movies. Yeah, obviously, I'm an engineer, and even not being an engineer, we all are interested in movies and fiction that actually involves aliens from other worlds, right? Other planets, right? Yeah. So in any case, next topic, Dr. Phil and Joe Rogan, I discussed that. I think I beat that horse to death. And then my last topic, is Dragon docks with ISS. So Dragon. So SpaceX apparently has made another historical landmark event by testing its Dragon flight, the capsule that will carry the astronaut to International Space Station, by basically testing its docking system. You know how International Space Station, which is a fucking piece of junk, that's what I call it, right? But in any case, that's all we have. Sorry, man. But so what happens is that obviously, the Russians would take all these astronauts, right? But now SpaceX is going to do that. So when you want to bring people from the International Space Station, or if you want to take them to the International Space Station, then you have to dock. Means that you can't just take astronauts using the shuttle, although that was decommissioned in 2011, or any other space traveling machine, right? You can't just go up there and just drop them off. Hey, by the way, hello, bye, see you next time. You can't do that. It's not like a fucking train station, or not even a fucking airport, right? So then what happens is that you have to actually dock it means that the the International Space Station has a docking, what is it called? I don't know, man. I'm not in space engineer. It has it has a hole where astronauts can go in and out. During normal times, that hole obviously is closed with the door, right? It's like an entrance or exit. I guess you can call it entrance or exit. So what happens is that the machine from the spacecraft from here goes up there, right? And then it slowly goes near their entrance, the docking station, right? And then when it's close by to the docking, let's say this is the International Space Station, right? And this is the spacecraft that goes up there. And then when it's nearby, then the hatch opens, right? It's called the nose cap opens, and then it docks, right? Either this or this. And then during this docking, then you can basically transport whatever you're transporting, whether it's humans or whatever payload, whatever it is that you're taking, for experiments or research or whatever the hell it is. So that's how it happens, and that's what SpaceX did successfully. So it looks like with some dummy astronaut called Ripley, and Ripley, remember Ripley from the Alien movie, right? And then so the next mission is going to be actual astronauts that SpaceX is going to carry in its flight to the International Space Station. So SpaceX is actually now making history. So that's, I think it's the leading private space travel company. That's what SpaceX is. And with that, I think I'm going to close out my podcast. I presume you all are having a great weekend and start of the week. All you people out there in New York, stay dry and let's see what happens in the morning, right? Because I know it's still snowing. God damn it. And I'll see you all next Saturday or Sunday.